The Shitobu Lodge, the return of the children of the land and the landlords and controllers of the gods. These are the 7 lessons one must take before entering the Shitobu Earth Lodge. Lesson 1. Intro to Traditional Medicine. Lesson 2. Intro to Indigenous Spiritual Baths, Power and Influence. Lesson 3. Intro to Coincidence, Synchronicity, Fate, Visions, and Dreams. Lesson 4. Intro to Spiritual Tools of Protection and Self-Defense. Lesson 5. Intro to Talismans, Amulets, and Charms. Lesson 6. Intro to Spiritual Incense of Prosperity, Protection, and Attraction. And Lesson 7. Initiation into the Earth Lodge. What was the spiritual practice of the Shi Olmecs? The Olmecs' cultural identity was centered on the rain spirits known as the Chaktas, which are the dwarf spirits of the water. In addition, like many indigenous cultures around the world, including the Shi Olmecs, these practices are identified with the totemic symbol of the snake. Additionally, they were the totemic symbols of the water spirits, and the identical symbolism can be found in existence in the great earth effigies throughout North America, the fact of which can be observed in the serpent mounds of Ohio in the Mississippi Valley. Who was Ixchel? Many historians suggest that Ixchel is the mother of the Shi Olmecs. Ixchel historically is depicted as the goddess of water on the earth and in the sky. She is seen as the goddess of divination and the Chakas, which are the dwarf spirits. Additionally, she is also the controller of spirit medicine, healing, childbirth, and war. Her symbols are that of the bones, rainbow, the rain, snake, rabbits, birds, and the feline. Her 2 husbands are known as the earth god Vultan and the sun god Itzamna. What is the point here? The point here is the Shi Olmecs practice the spiritual science of the spirit powers of the earth. Furthermore, these practices gave birth to your Aboriginal spiritual practices in North and South America, the fact of which can be seen with the paralleling totemic symbolism of the thunderbird, or Wakenyan Tanka, the great spirit of the sky, the horned serpent, the spirit of the water, in addition to the birds and serpent mounds and lodges throughout North and South America and across the diaspora. What laws and principles did our ancestors use to operatively work with nature? They used the laws of the world soul and spirit powers of the earth. These ancient practices were taught in the terrestrial and aquatic lodges, known as the Earth Lodge, and the atmospheric and celestial lodges, known as the Sky Lodge of our ancestors. The remnants of these ancient spirit lodges can be found among the great totemic effigies, mounds, and pyramids around the world. Who were the ancient priesthood of this knowledge? The priesthood was separated into 3 primary groups around the earth. First, the children of the land. or the caretakers of the shrine, were known as Tinbihi and Tinbihi Paga. Second, the lords of the land priests and priestess, land kings and queens, or ones who collect the spirit medicine, were known as Tindana and Tindana Paga. These priests were the caretakers of traditional spirit medicine or magic. And last, the priesthood of the controllers of the gods, or the ones who collect the gods from the land and the sky, were known as the Buglana and Buglana Paga. What was the symbol of this ancient priesthood? The symbol of this ancient priesthood was the tree. If this ancient practice is no longer found as a living tradition in the Americas, who are the custodians of this knowledge? The custodians of this knowledge are the clans of Mamiwata and the dwarf spirits, the Tinbihi and the children of the land, the Tindana and Tindana Paga, known as the landlords, or ones who collect the spirit medicine, and finally, the controllers of the gods, the ones who collect the medicine from the land and the sky, who are known as Buglana and Buglana Paga. Clans such as these, for thousands of years, were willing to keep our ancestral knowledge and wisdom alive by traveling to the four corners of the earth in order to protect the integrity of our sacred ancestral traditions and wisdom. We carried with us the precious knowledge which we passed to initiates who were prepared to receive the wisdom and the lore of our ancestral traditions. This knowledge was passed from master to student, priest to initiate, and from lip to ear. I present to you the lost knowledge of the Aboriginals of America that was kept sacred and secret by the Shitobu clans of West Africa under the traditions of Tim and Bukata. Tim or Tima is the science of traditional spirit medicine and magic, and Bukata is the science of spirit protection and the world soul and the spirit powers of the earth. My name is Chief Amachi Apeto Buaru. I have been sent by Chief Apeto Buaru. Apeto, which means the landlord of the spirits and herbalist, and Buaru, which means the chief of the warriors from the royal family of Dagbang and the clans of Shitobu. I have taken an oath and I have dedicated my life to resurrecting the children of the land and the landlord, spirit, priest, and priestess of our ancestral tradition here in the West. I am called Bulana, a controller of the gods. I am the Bulana of the clans of Buaru, the warriors. A Bulana of the clans of the dwarfs and the dwarf gods, known and called best in Egypt, and were known as the best kept secret. I am also a Buglana of the clans of Mamiwata, known as Komni Paga Dolam Sapan, and the water spirits, and the great sky birds, and the clans of the snake gods. In addition, I am a controller of the gods of the Jinwara, known as the Queen of Witches, and the fire dancers, in addition to the clans of the Bukpihi, the wizards, to name a few. I am a humble servant of the people of the Shi Nation.